Hi, I'm here. I'm here. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't do this solo. It's not fun without
I know.
somebody to, be funny
But
with.
but thanks for holding down the fort. Like that was
I got
I
you.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Got you.
You did great. I
Thank you.
listened.
Oh,
I'm a fan. I've subscribed.
did you like
So
and subscribe? Thank you. I
I did.
appreciate
I absolutely I did.
I remember like when I was about to start the second episode, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna cold open? And then I was like, I'm just gonna talk about how I am a creepy Bears fan. I'm like, this is perfect.
Oh, wasn't it devastating? Like, with like just the roller coaster of emotions that we went through with the
You
Bears, which
know,
is pretty typical, but like how fucking awesome are they?
oh,
Like,
I
thank
think
you, Caleb, for
after we
making this.
lost, no one was upset. When
No.
we literally were like, we did it, guys, and like the Bills lost, and it was devastating, right? Like
Yeah.
they
Oh my
fired
God,
their head coach,
they were crying on the side. Oh my God,
sobbing.
the interviews afterwards, like in the locker room, did you see just how
Yeah,
pathetic those men looked?
they were just blubbering messes.
Yes, I know.
And I get it. They've been in this position like where they just lose out at this point, or like they lose out at before the Super Bowl, and it's different when you're a Bills fan, right? But for us, we were like, it's been so bad for so long, and we beat the Packers twice. Like we were
Yes,
like,
I
we
think
did it. We
that
did
was
it.
our Super Bowl is the fact that we beat them twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and like devastatingly so that we like came back
I
from
know.
behind, right? So you're just like we're very proud of our Bears.
There were there were men going to the store to buy blue, orange, and white nail polish to support Caleb
Yes.
Williams, and I was like, this this is what we needed. We needed
Mm-hmm.
this type of like community, and we it's been such a long time since we've had that. And like he was at the Blackhawks game, I think a few days later, and they were
And
cheering him and
and the
screaming,
Bulls game the next
"Oh,
day.
he's making his rounds."
His
Damn.
he's making his Chicago rounds. Yeah.
But people were like, yeah, you're the reason, maybe one of the reasons why we didn't lose, but we love you anyway. Like,
Right.
you gave us hope, and I think we really needed it.
Yeah, I think going into we always say like next year's our year, but like I feel it this time that maybe next year will be our year.
Well, if the scripted NFL story is true, someone asked ChatGPT like to predict the next like 10 Super Bowl champions. It says 2027 the Bears are going to win. And so
Oh,
listen, that's better than 2040. So I'll give it. Even the
okay, give
robots
it 2
think that we're
years.
going to be
Okay. I
content.
wonder what they take into account and like how do they predict that?
You
Chat,
know,
just AI, man. I don't
it's
know.
chat. Listen, whatever you feed it, it'll believe it, right? So,
True.
we Jimmy and I actually we watched this YouTube. The guy who did ate at all the Margaritavilles. He made
Yes.
another
Yeah.
video about how he only spoke to AI, like Chat GPT. He didn't speak to any of his friends. He didn't speak to any of his family, and basically it was like the robot made him believe that he was like a baby genius, and that like he was being followed because he was such a smart genius,
Oh
and
my
that
God.
he and it was showing him how to like elude people and like security and like go to these discreet places like Joshua Tree. And the best part was like
What?
to bring out the baby genius, you have to eat baby food and drink like out of a bottle. And like he was starting to have like psychosis because he was talking to this robot, and this robot believed everything that this guy was saying. Like he was feeding it lies, and ChatGPT was like, "You're right, you're right." And I'm like, no wonder why there's so many people that are getting like psychosis from me, like talking to these robots and creating relationships with them, and they
Yes.
believe anything that they say. It was funny, but at the same time, I'm like, there are probably people out there who don't have anybody, so they use this feature of talking to Chat GPT is because they're lonely. And I'm like, then it kind of can get scary of like, oh yeah, I'm going to go and to a secluded place, and I'm a baby genius. But
That's scary. Well, isn't there a movie about that? Isn't her that movie Her about that? That
oh
like
yeah,
it's like an AI that he like falls in love with or something like that, and like
yeah, it's gonna happen where people
oh
are
yeah,
gonna like marry their Chat GPT person.
oh
It's
my
like,
God,
and what
Whatever.
it's like that show where the guy got married to his car. Remember those shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
TLC. My Strange Addiction. That was a good show.
Oh my gosh. TLC's probably already salivating, being like, oh man, these AI relationships, we can have a show.
I know. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Very, very creepy. But
Well, thank you for, if you're still listening, I appreciate it, because we just went through a weird tangent. But I'm so happy Melena's back, because we would have never been able to talk about.
Never. And there's really not a whole lot to talk about with IndyCar right now anyway. So I feel like we can, we can talk about anything. There's a few little things that have popped up in the IndyCar world. One, Colton Herta, I don't know, I'm like following so intensely. I cannot wait to see how his performance within F2. But he did say that he is planning on coming back for the Indy 500 for this year. So I know F2 does not race during that weekend. So he is going to have that weekend off, which was promised. I think we kind of already knew that, right? Because historically they don't really race on that weekend anyway. Because it's not Monaco weekend anymore, is it? It is Monaco weekend. No, it's not, right? Because it changed. It's Montreal. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody's upset, because usually you watch Monaco in the morning and then you watch IndyCar in the afternoon. But now it's going to be it's the same time zone, isn't it?
I think I think Montreal happens after. I think it starts towards the end of the 500. So it'll be interesting to see if people are going to, like, how F1 fans might watch the 500 just because. But Colton doesn't have anything going on in the month of May, period. F2 doesn't race at all in the month of May. So he can go to every practice. He can go.
That's cool.
So there's nothing stopping him. And with a fourth Andretti Open, it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. I'm trying to find if there's a time or something like that. I don't think they have the time set yet.
If it's at the same time, that's going to be the most petty F1 bullshit ever.
I know.
I'm sorry, but people are still going to watch the 500 in the US. That's the biggest event ever. So, but yeah, I just imagine Colton comes in as a one-off entry and he wins. And he's not even in IndyCar.
I know, right? It is Eastern. So Indiana is Eastern, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. So it is the same time zone. Sucks.
Well, the 500 starts at what? It starts at 11 Central, so noon Eastern, and it goes to 3.
And usually and I think usually don't the races start at 3 o'clock?
Yeah, unless there's a weather delay. That's the only thing that I can see. Is if there's rain and they delay the 500 an hour, or God, remember 2 years ago when it was a 4-hour delay? Yeah. Then there will be an issue. But with it being on Fox and F1 now being on Apple TV, it's not going to even be on prime time. You're going to have to stream Montreal.
Will it not be at all? Because I know usually the North American races are usually on prime time, I feel right? So,
I don't know what's going to happen with ABC and ESPN with them showing it, because normally it's on ESPN too, but now that Apple owns the rights,
oh, that's right.
How the hell are people going to watch it? I don't even, my subscription got not renewed. It's done. So I got to figure out, I got to get my Apple TV subscription and do all of that now, because I don't have Apple TV, and I'm great. I missed the F1 app, but here I am with my Wish version or Temu version of F1.
So is F1 TV done?
Yeah, you can't watch it in the US.
Interesting.
Yep. I hope that Apple TV in the US just streams the F1 TV broadcast, because I like the group, but I got used to listening to them, but I have no idea. There's been I guess we'll find out when they go to testing in Bahrain, but
no.
But you know what doesn't change? IndyCar, because it's always on Fox now.
Damn right it is. It's always accessible, everybody.
Yeah.
America.
Anyone can watch. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. But yeah, I would love to see Colton back. I think it would be, we got to root for our Andretti boys with Will and everything. Like, come on. I think it'll just be a nice homecoming. And I think him coming back, I can see him like doing driver intros and people just screaming for him because everyone loves Colton Herta.
Yeah, he's got a huge fan base. So I think that's definitely the right move for him to do that. So good.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
But there's still question marks around fucking Prema.
I know.
They have now, 10 days, not even 9 days to get their shit together, or they're not on the grid next year or this year.
Yeah, it's awful. It's really sad. I know that they had some leadership changes too. A lot of people left. So
I don't understand how they miscalculated this so poorly. Like,
they're Italian. That's how they miscalculated.
They're like, we don't need sponsors. We're Prema. Like, come on. Like,
honestly, no. Remember, we have talked about this before, that they just they underestimated, I guess, maybe the impact that they would have on IndyCar. Just because, okay, cool, you come from Europe, you do have your Italian background, you guys do have quite a presence in F2, but that doesn't mean that you're going to kick ass in IndyCar.
Right. Like, you got pole at the 500. That was like that was a Cinderella story. Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, in the U.S., like even NASCAR, like every NASCAR driver has had a sponsor like on their car, and IndyCar is so known for that. The fact that Prema came in and were like, nope, we are just Prema, and I'm like, that might work in the European circuit where like in F2, drivers are paying millions of dollars to drive for you. In IndyCar, have you met Mr. Dale Coyne, where he's literally like shaking the couch cushions for sponsorship?
Flying by the seat of his pants right now.
Yeah. So the crazy part is if they don't come back, that means that some teams Andretti may take a non-chartered entry and have a fourth driver if they wanted to. McLaren could do that too, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens if some rival teams are like, thank you, we'll take that. And then it also impacts the 500 because then you're 2 down. We might not have a bump day if we don't have enough, people signed up for it, which I think with Prema, it looked like we were going to have a bump day. I think we were at 35 if everything shakes up. But without Prema, no bump day. Everyone starts. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll
see. Time will tell. We're just going to keep watching closely and see the news and see what happens in, would you say, 9 days from now? Yeah,
because Phoenix testing is coming up in a few weeks. Like, they have to go to the test, which means they need engines and like Firestone needs to know how many tires. Like, this is also, these people, don't they have they have a warehouse. So if they're not doing it, they're going to have to lay all these people off, which means some of these people are waiting bated breath. They might not have jobs in a few weeks, and then some teams might scoop them up, but there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, okay, well, I do socials for Prema. Where am I going to go? And I feel like I get it. They're waiting for some sponsors or some big checks, but like, I feel bad for like the outfit of the factory workers being like, oh shit, I'm going to have to go get another job somewhere. And imagine if you relocated from Italy with Prema.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? And you'd have to go. I mean, there's worse things in the world. I have to go back to Italy, right? Like, hopefully they have something to go back to. That's the thing. I mean, or
well, I don't know. Leaving Indiana, maybe. I think that they're okay, especially with whatever hell weather that we're heading into right now. Listen, if there's not a podcast in a few weeks, it's because we don't have power. It's snowpocalypse. Day after tomorrow kind of shit. Like,
yeah. Well, let's hope not. I mean, we know how. I mean, we signed up for the Midwest, and we know how this winters are. So, but we'll deal with it. Stock up on water, people.
Yes, bread. What is it? Bread, water, milk, and eggs. Like,
there you go.
Make some French toast and some scrambled eggs. You'll be fine. I don't have any of that in my fridge right now, so I might be calling you being like, hi, I need help. I don't have any food.
As long as you have your snowshoes, you can just walk over. You'll be fine.
That's a long-ass walk, but I'll do it. I'll
do it for French toast.
Yeah, I would. Oh, my God. So just, I don't even know. These are not even news items. These were more just kind of like things that popped up on the internet. But I saw a post yesterday from All About Indy Racing on Instagram that Christian Rasmussen apparently is in 7-figure debt from his junior racing career, and that he won't be debt free until 2028.
That's wild. I mean, it's like going to med school or something like that. Worse than going to med school.
Yeah.
For this guy, but that's the reality of racing. We John and I, we were talking about, like, you know, if we have kids one day, maybe if we put them into kart racing, it's $50,000 for 1 year of kart racing, and you're just like, excuse me, like, how do you get sponsors for like I don't know. But that, like, just think about starting then. I mean, and this is now, I can't, you know, back then it was obviously a little bit cheaper, you know, when Christian started, but still, like, yeah. So it's a college.
Oh my God.
Med school, you know, law school, whatever. It's on that par.
Yeah. And you start karting at what, like 7, 8, maybe 9, right?
Yep.
So then you're doing karts, and then once you get into open wheel, that's even more expensive. Then you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you're looking at sponsorships, or, you know, you find yourself, you know, you're Lance Stroll, and you just kind of go through it. But like, it's basically just a mortgage. Like, buy a house, race an IndyCar. And that's not even F1. Like, we all talk about, like, in F1, like how, you know, some of these drivers have very wealthy families and they haven't had the, like, you think of Lewis Hamilton, who came from nothing, Esteban Ocon, who came from nothing, and you're like, how did you do that? You, like,
well, Ocon, like, lived in a van apparently, and Lewis Hamilton, I think his dad had, like, what, 3 or 4 jobs that he tried to keep Lewis going. So I mean, and those are success stories that worked out. Think about everything that did not work out.
Oh yeah,
I mean, and Christian's a success story too, that he made it into IndyCar. So I can't even imagine of all those other drivers that, you know, were good enough, or they just didn't get enough funding to back them up, that are sitting with that debt right now and didn't make it.
Or the parents that took out a second mortgage on their house and then they got injured, or something happened and they couldn't keep going. And you're like, you know, your parents can't hate you for it because they were celebrating your dream. But it's similar to, like, you know, racing, even like hockey. Like, if you want your kid to start hockey, like, that's also expensive. Like, sports are starting to become extremely expensive. And the fact that he's not good, like 2028, he started racing full-time last year. Like, last season was his full season. So it's going to take 3 full seasons to pay off that debt.
It's wild.
That's incredibly crazy. And then I feel bad for, like, I think of people who don't come with a budget, like Linus Lundqvist, who, like, showed so much potential, but because he does not come with a budget, he's probably not going to be on the grid next year if Roman Grosjean is actually the one taking it for Dale. But, like, that's so, imagine how much money you spend, and then you kind of are sitting there, like Connor too, with your seat being like, put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and even Connor comes, like, he came from money too, because he comes from a legendary race background. So like,
and he also came in with connections too, and he still can't get a full-time ride. Like,
right.
That's insane. Like, he has, granted, I know that, like, he probably doesn't use Doug as, like, his scapegoat, but, like, he could go to his stepdad and be like, yo, open some doors for me. And I commend him for not doing that, because, or at least not vocalizing that he's doing it, because a lot of the deals that he's doing, like the All-American Rejects deal, that literally happened because he just asked Tyson, and Tyson's like, probably
sure.
Like 5 glasses of wine deep. He's like, well, sure. Yeah, I'll sponsor a car for you.
Wine and something else. So.
Man, I'm telling you. There's a reason why he's so charismatic on stage.
Oh yes, he's got quite the presence. That we've had the pleasure of seeing him.
He's gone to the moon and back a few times.
Yes, he sure has.
Oh my God! But yeah, I just thought, when I saw that, I thought that was just insane. That's just insane.
Yeah.
But speaking of football, we did finally get a commercial for the next, I guess, 4. So we're going to see the next 3 in the next week. But
There's going to be 4 commercials?
Yeah, Will's getting one.
Oh, cool. So, and Alex then?
Yep, it's going to be Pato,
Okay.
Alex, Joseph, and Will.
Nice. Okay.
So Andretti's going to have one, which is
Andretti
really
will have their
exciting.
own, which is cool. Yeah. What did you think of Joseph's commercial?
Okay. I thought it was funny. I thought it was tongue in cheek. As a Pato fan, I was like, damn, like whoever.
It's pretty low.
Yeah. But also, a lot of people were not a fan of the fact that like he had a really shitty year last year and they didn't like, maybe he didn't want to, but like they could have done some fun, like started from like up top, we dropped kind of thing. And like, we're rebuilding kind of story, but it came off as like, I'm still good. I still got it. And it's
I'm
like,
still perfect. Like,
yeah, but you got disqualified in the Indy 500 in 2025. So they only could show 2024 stuff. And I'm like, could we have maybe done someone else then? Like, I know he's Captain America and he's kind of like the American face of IndyCar, but like, I imagine like Alex Rossi doing one. Like, he's won a 500 and then doing something with Splenda about like winning is sweet. Like, they could have done something like different and not given it to Joseph or David Malukas, like the new guy. Like, but I thought it was funny. I just was like, okay, but like,
he had nothing to show for it last year.
no, he had nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and they keep leaning into like his good looks and good life and like his perfect like Stepford wife kind of personality. And I'm like,
He
is
can
that
only
what we
do that
want?
for so long. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So I'm
last
interested.
year it was, it made sense because he won the 500 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I agree, this year they could have given it, or they could have just cut it and just give it to like Will and stuff like that and just do 3.
Yeah.
But I guess he became the face of IndyCar. That's what people were associating IndyCar with.
Yeah.
With Newgarden. So
But
keep playing the pretty guy, the quarterback, really.
the Charles Leclerc effect, right? You got somebody who's got a 15 pack who looks like Captain America, and you know he's an American race car driver for the number 1 team in IndyCar. Like, I get why, but I don't know. Give Graham one, for God's sakes. Like, come on, he's got legacy, for God's sakes. Like,
right, or Mick, right? We would have loved to see. Well, I know Mick he doesn't have.
Yeah, he's got to prove himself.
He's got to prove himself a little bit to get a commercial, but
oh my God, unless they really worth trying to maybe do Colton or something, but like maybe because Andretti has one, so like I'm shocked Kyle Kirkwood doesn't have one. Like,
I know,
I get Will, but I don't know.
I know. Yeah, Kirkwood would have been good too because he's also the true All-American Southern boy that they could have played up. That, your fan base would have eaten that up.
You know what? The fan base probably, well, it's polarizing, but at least they haven't asked Santino for a commercial because I don't know what they would put in a commercial.
No, not a whole lot of pride behind that name, I guess. I don't know. A disgraced F2 driver that made it to IndyCar
that everyone hates, but he's so polarizing. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll get to see. I'm very interested to see what Will's will be because that one's kind of the newest one. I think Palou will probably be like the perfect season and the perfect year. And Pato will, like, they can't keep leaning into the heartache thing because that's 2 years ago. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to position Pato. Like,
I'm sure it's still going to be like the boy band stuff that like he's just going to have his bajillions of fans that everybody loves, and it's going to be all women, and it's going to be,
Yeah, like I get it, but it's at the same time, I do think that Fox was very creative with this concept. It was when I first saw it, I thought instantly of, I don't know why, but the show You on Netflix, like super, like Joseph was like super creepy, like, we murder people behind closed doors kind of thing, but we're the perfect family on the outside.
Yes.
So
I'll
give
did
it
like
to
that.
them.
I did like that too.
So we'll see. I guess we'll see the other 3 this week because Joseph's was actually delayed. It was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago, but then there was an issue with the final cut, so they had to go out this last weekend. But Fox only has the NFL this weekend. After this weekend, it goes to NBC. So they have to run all 3 this weekend unless they're going to save one for like around the Super Bowl. But I think they're going to probably drop them this weekend and then replay them during the Super Bowl.
Okay. Cool. That'll be something to see. Yeah. I guess we're going to have to watch football then, even though our team is not in it.
Yeah, well, at least it's not. Well, it might be. Well, at least it's not going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and like the Eagles. I was bored of that.
Yep.
Like, it'll be nice to see some young blood. Give me some young blood, different teams.
Yeah.
And then my last bit of news is, as a proud Polish girly, we have our new IndyCar or Indy Next version of Rabu Kubica.
Yes.
So we finally have one of our own. I can't wait to hear Jack Harvey say this name on the broadcast. We finally have Timek Kucharczyk.
Oh God, Kucharczyk. Yeah. I mean, you could say. I mean, Americans will have a hard time saying.
Yeah, I really can't wait.
Kucharczyk.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's going to go by Tim or Timmy. Like Timek is like the cute version of Timmy, like in Polish. So I'm like, all right. But he has never lived in America before. So
he'll be fine. He will be embraced. I think the Polish community is going to be all over him.
We have our next Robert Kubica here.
Yes.
And I think in Indianapolis there's a big Polish community, so I can see that. But he's racing with HMD, which has Eastern European roots with David Malukas' family. So cool. I think he'll have. I find, like, while I am a Cusick Morgan Motorsport girly and a Juan Manuel Correa girly, I'm going to have to root for my good boy, Timek. I
don't think anyone's going to blame you for that, right? So that's awesome. That'll be exciting. How old is he? Is he like 18?
He's 19. He's a baby.
He's a baby.
Wee little baby.
Oh, my God. Which means he was he born in 2005? Yeah. Ugh.
What was I? I was learning how to drive a car in 2005.
Right, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But there's nothing else. Dale hasn't said shit. We're going to find out probably at St. Pete who the other driver is, unless they're going to announce Roman Grosjean in the next week or so. And, okay. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
It's not Devlin, I guess.
It's not Devlin. And I guess we're okay with it. Grosjean brings fans as well. He's got his name behind him. So, okay.
And, he has Todd Alt's backing, and Todd Alt is also funding a little bit of coin. So I can see why Roman would have the priority selection of the seat over somebody like Connor, who does not have that sponsorship. So
yeah, sad.
I know, but it's fine. It's okay. It's coin. What else is new?
Yeah.
All right. Well, wanted to kind of end today's segment just to tie up our IndyCar Basics series. So over the last couple of weeks, I've kind of gone over like really high level, like what push to pass is, the tracks, the tires. They're not complicated topics, but I think if you're coming from the F1 world, like things are done a little bit different in IndyCar, right? And I think the first thing I would probably say is that when we're talking about IndyCar entrants, we're not talking about the drivers. We are talking about the actual numbers that are on the cars that they are driving, right? So Alex Palou won the championship in 2025, but in reality, the number 10 won the championship in 2025, right? So it's very, very weird. It's not like in F1 where like you have the team championship for the two cars, but then the driver gets points. Technically, we've seen it with Dale Coyne where we've had like 3-4 different drivers drive that one car. Period.
Yep. So, and just like right now, Will Power is driving the 26 car, which is going to be weird to see, but the 26 is staying on the grid. And it's not like, so in F1, they carry their own number. Like Carlos Sainz, the 55, followed him to Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like Alex Palou can't take the number 1 like Lando's going to from winning the championship, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have those types of nuances. The only thing that has changed a little bit is Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing, for Mick specifically, they reincarnated an older number. And that's okay, but that number can't change now for the entire IndyCar season. Like that is...
So that's an RLL number.
Yep. So hypothetically, I'm not saying this, but let's say Mick, something happens and a reserve driver comes in, he's still going to be in the 45. That will never change. In F1, if you have someone like when Ollie Behrman raced for Carlos, it was Ollie's number on the car versus Carlos's number, right? And Ollie took the points, even though Ferrari got it for the constructors, the drivers' championship, Carlos lost them, right? So it gets weird. Sometimes people are like, the 27, you're like, the 27, okay, that's Kyle Kirkwood. But then maybe, the 51 was like Catherine Legg, Jack Harvey, insert driver rotation there. So, but why they do that? We have a charter system in IndyCar. I hate the charter system. I'll be the first to say. But basically, there's 25 charters that the teams who have a charter have the entry to race during the regular season, not for the Indy 500. You have to qualify for that. So Prema last year did not have charters, but the grid size is set by IndyCar. So IndyCar is like, we have a 27 car max grid. So technically Prema did not have to like beat out anybody to race. But let's say we have 25 charter teams that are guaranteed to race, but then you have Prema who has 2 cars, and let's say another team comes in with 2 cars, right? Let's say Dreyer Reinbold Racing, right? Those 4 cars then have to have qualifying bump days of like who shows up and who actually races. So I think they did this to like thank the legacy teams, right? So the Andretti's, the Ganassis, the Penske's, the RLLs, and McLaren, they all have 3 charters. Foyt, ECR, Coyne, Meyer-Shank Racing, and Juncos have 2. And they all agreed to this number. Great. This agreement runs until 2031, so we'll see if there's going to be any changes. But only chartered teams are allowed to be in the leader circle bonus award, which we'll talk in a little bit. But it was a new thing. Charters were a new thing for last year. This is now the second year of it. There's been a lot of talk around the NASCAR world. NASCAR's been having charters and for a little bit of time, and you had a team sue NASCAR based on like charter discrepancy, which I won't get in on it here. So we will see what happens with them. But that is why we have numbers versus drivers when it comes to entrance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, apparently the tea from last year is that there were, I think, 1 or 2 teams that did not want to sign the charter agreement. And like some of these legacy teams, which of course they get 3, are like, sign this. But Chip Ganassi, remember in 2024, had 5 cars and he had to let Linus go. And then Marcus found a house in Meyer-Shank, but they had 5 cars at one point.
Wow.
It's insane.
That's crazy, but okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk a little bit about points. So points are different in IndyCar than they are in F1. So if you get pole, you get 1 point. So that's 100% different than from F1, right? So like think about someone like Charles Leclerc. I think, what was it, in 2024? He had so many pole positions and unfortunately not that many wins. Yeah. Like he could have won in IndyCar. You would have gotten points for those, right?
Yeah. Which would be nice in the F1 to get some points for that. But
like imagine those like when Kevin Magnussen won pole in Brazil, or when those one-off situations for those midfield teams, like 1 point can change hundreds of thousands of dollars in the championship. Yeah.
Last year it did not, because Alex blew everyone out of the water, but still.
It's fine. He also got the most poles too. So like he was beating everybody, won the 500 and got the most poles. Like, come on, dude. Spread it for everyone.
Give someone else a chance. 2026 may not be your year. We'll see.
It would be nice to not have another Max Verstappen ask Alex Palou year, but you know what?
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
But everyone gets points. Like even if you are dead last, you still get 5 points, which is different than in F1. Because in F1, it's the first 10 and then you get goose egg. So at least, even if you've had a shitty day, you're still walking home with a minimum of 5 points for just starting the race. All you gotta do is start the race.
I wonder why they do that. I mean, so even like the last, I know, so like in F1, it's tied with, what's it called? Like, oh my God. I'm like totally blanking right now. It's tied with like prizes, right?
Yeah.
So is there a tied with any prizes even if you're last place, or depends on how many points you have or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think there's nothing, because last place is 27th and leader circle is paid out to 22.
Yeah.
So you still don't get anything, but if you're racing for your seat, like Devlin DeFrancesco was either last or second to last year, right? Like you basically, all you had to do was start the race.
Yeah.
That's it. But the other thing that's different from IndyCar is that if you lead a lap at any point of the race, you get 1 point. But yeah, so even if you have one lap, you get 1 point. But if you lead the most laps, you get 2 points. So
Look at that. Okay. They're very generous with their points.
Well, first place is 50 points.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot of points. But if you're Alex Palou and you win the first 7 races and then you have like a lull, no one's going to beat you because you have such a competitive advantage from it. So,
well, he had like 497 points or whatever that it was that he had last year. I don't know. How many points did he actually have? No,
it was ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous. I think he had, like, granted the points don't like go apples to apples, but I think he had almost the same amount of points as like what McLaren had for their drivers. Like,
okay, 711.
He actually had more than the constructors championship points with McLaren.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
7. But think about it this way.
And he led over Pato. It was 196 points over Pato.
Jeez. That's like three and a half race pad. He could have literally not raced. The car could have sat in the garage for 3 races and he still would have won the championship.
I know. Yeah.
They did change. I think they changed it in 2023. The Indy 500 used to be double the points. So like when Marcus Ericsson won in 2022, he was leading the championship for a hot second just because he won the Indy 500. But they took that away because I think that's a little bit of like
just one race to make it that big of an impact.
Exactly.
I guess that makes sense.
They don't do that anymore. But still, 50 points for first place is a lot of points. But then the reason why they do these points is because of the $11 million leader circle championship, I guess is what it's called. They actually raised the payout this year. So now the teams are going to be getting, more money. They have Penske Entertainment has set aside, this is crazy, $31.9 million to pay out 22 entries. So it's the top 22. So even if you're 23rd, 24th, 25th as a charter team, if you don't get the top 22, you don't get any money. So that's why you see a lot of these teams like Coins of the world, like vying for that extra payout. Because now the payouts are at like 1.1 mil. It's like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of money for a team.
Yep.
But then if you don't make it, you're losing the team a lot of money. So basically what's going to happen is they changed it based to inflation because parts are becoming more expensive from Dallara, all of that. So the teams were like, the leader circle points are not worth it anymore. And they're like, oh, well, here's some more money. Also, there's a new car coming, so we probably should change this. So top 22 drivers get a nice couple millies, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Good motivation, right? Well,
I think it's a way to kind of prove yourself that you should be on the grid, right? If you are in those last, I get it. It's all the same machinery, but if you've had like a shitty year, like Devlin, he ain't coming back.
No. Yeah, exactly.
These teams need every nickel and dime. So if you don't justify you not getting it by bringing on sponsors, like if you're like, okay, I didn't get leadership circle, but I bring $3 million in sponsors, fine. Like Stingray, right? But if you're Connor and you actually got the money for the team, but the team's like, we're going with somebody else, it kind of stings because you're like, oh, I could have just slacked off and given you nothing if you were going to sign me anyway.
Yeah. Bummer. Such a bummer.
Yeah. But, there's when with IndyCar, we have the championship, which is, I guess, the P1 championship, which is the most P1 awards, which Palou won, spoiler alert. Then we have the Astor Cup Challenge, which is the that award is the champion, like the entry. Alex Palou won that.
Shocker.
You have the Indy 500, Borg Warner Trophy. Alex Palou won that. The only thing that Alex Palou didn't win last year was the Rookie of the Year championship, which is awarded to the rookie, the best rookie on the grid, which was Louis Foster.
Nice. Which he was not eligible because he is not a rookie. But if he was the rookie, then he would have won that.
Wait, did Alex? I don't know. I don't think Alex Palou got Rookie of the Year when he started in Coin. But that would be hilarious if he did. But Alex Palou, Rookie of the Year? I don't think
he never did. No.
Oh.
He debuted in 2020.
Okay, so he didn't win it. Okay. All right. That's the only thing he hasn't won.
Yeah. He did earn a podium, though, in 2020, though, as in his
Rookie
of the Year. Yeah.
He's too good. Give him an F1 seat already, okay? Yeah, who won 2020 Rookie of the Year? It's probably gonna be someone who's not even on the grid. It's probably gonna be like
someone that was like, oh, I don't know who that is.
Rinus VeeKay.
Oh, Rinus. Okay, Rinus.
Okay, he's still on the grid. Okay,
he's still there. Oh my God, look at his little baby face. Like, I don't know if you see.
Just a wee little boy.
I know. That's so funny.
They all look so young. And then two seasons of IndyCar and they grow a beard and all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay.
And they aged.
You're a man now.
8 years. That's so funny.
Well, yeah. So, and then finally, our favorite group, the AMR safety team. So I think IndyCar and NASCAR have some of the best safety teams ever on the grid. The fact that the AMR safety team has a trauma physician, an orthopedic physician, 2 paramedics, 12 firefighters and EMTs, and 2 registered nurses at a race. Incredible.
That's awesome. So we had the opportunity to go in the rig, like the big truck that they had, and they had a portable ultrasound and what else? And well, obviously they have an X-ray ultrasound machine that's in there. There was something else that was like super impressive, like not an MRI, but it was like something to like that effect that they had on that truck too. Super cool. Like I just said like, hey, I'm a nurse. Can I just like look at what you guys have? And they were like, sure. And like gave us like a little tour of what was on there. It was super cool. It was amazing.
It really was. It's crazy to think like they bring that to every race. Like it's like its own little hospital. And I get it. They're in some of these parts of the country are like middle of fucking nowhere. So having this as like a first like triage type of thing. But these like a driver crashes and there's an AMR safety team member within like seconds, sometimes minutes.
Yeah.
And you look at F1 and you're like, you're just waiting and waiting for the safety car to get there. And you're like, hello?
Right.
But we've seen some pretty bad crashes and there is somebody there like almost immediately, which little claps to our AMR safety team. We love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I guess that's IndyCar in a nutshell. There's so much more. I didn't want to I was like, do I really want to go over like the hybrid unit and what? And I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking mechanic or an engineer. I have no idea how this works. I'm gonna Google it and read it.
Yeah, like that's exactly what we would do. We would just Google and read it, which like you guys, if you really want to know, you could Google that yourself.
Google it. Sorry, you're not going to get that here. I'm sorry.
We'll let you know what the changes are, but like, oh my God, all the shit talking that you can handle. Like that's.
I love it. All right. Well, I'm so glad you're back, Melina. Thank you for listening. If you've gotten this far, this has been, like I said, it feels like back to school. It's awesome.
Yes.
We're only a few weeks away from testing, so hopefully some more news will start dropping. But in our next couple of episodes, we're going to do a deep dive of the teams. Dale, get your shit together, because I swear to God, if we're going to record an episode and we don't have that second driver, I'm telling you, I'm coming after you.
Coming after you, Dale.
and we're going to prep for St. Pete. So watch, we're going to get cease and desist from Dale. Now he's going to be like, stop talking shit.
So please stop talking about me on your podcast. Like,
wait, Dale, you listen? Hi, Dale.
Yeah, right. I know. Like, we should be so lucky to get a cease and desist letter.
Mr. Dale Coyne listens to our podcast. We're going to be like, really? I'm like, yeah, he does.
Like, we think very high of ourselves, okay, here at Lap It Like It's Hot, okay? And we will continue to think highly.
Once, and we're like, Dale listens to our podcast. Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you so much for listening to Lap It Like It's Hot. If you want to continue listening to the crazy shenanigans, feel free to listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on socials. You'll get to see the craziness of our lives on track and off track on Lap It Like It's Hot. And, you know, if you want, leave us a 5-star review, leave us a comment, DM us, ask us questions. We are super excited to be kicking off the IndyCar season. And thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye.